Okay. Y'all know the songs. Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a solid 45 minutes. Again, I got court. The court actually is in a little while. It's about like an hour and a half or like an hour and 45. So I'm gonna give y'all an hour. Then I'm about to handle the court shit. Okay. I'll give you an update on that. Have had two lingering cases in two different courts for like, I believe I caught them last year. That's how long it feels. Everything was going okay, and then I hired a lawyer. I pay this nigga money, and I showed up to a hearing. I'm like, where the fuck my lawyer at? The judge gonna say, you don't got a lawyer. So I looked at him. I said, it's gotta be April Fools. What you mean? What you mean I don't got a lawyer? Of course I got a lawyer. Come on, we asked for discovery last time. What's popping? Like, what's going on? He says, wait, who's your lawyer? I said, come on, man. Now y'all joking with me. I told the court the nigga's name. The judge said, yo, listen, I can't give you legal advice, but regretfully, we got to tell you that right now your lawyer is suspended from practicing law. He's not recognized by the state as a lawyer at this time because he's suspended, so he cannot be your lawyer. And I was baffled. Okay. So my lawyer basically got caught doing some bullshit. So my lawyer on some shit though. So anyway, I got to try to get my money back from that bitch ass nigga because here's the thing. If the court don't really fuck with my lawyer, how the fuck he gonna be able to help me? So I hired a whole new lawyer. Like, whole new lawyer, make sure I looked up the reputation and shit like that. The first lawyer still got my money. I gotta go get that. And he lied to me too. He told me he was taking a vacation. Nigga, you wasn't taking no vacation. You knew you were gonna get suspended. Anyway, so yeah, I got a new lawyer. Hopefully we just handle all this stuff and we'll be good. In other news, Youngboy is actually in court today. He should be appearing pretty much shortly. Right now it's 8 a.m. in California. He'll be appearing, I think 10. About 10 a.m., he'll be appearing in a California court to listen to federal charges. The case that originated in Louisiana got transferred to California court after he was picked up in California and picked up more charges. And the feds figured, they submit a bunch of motions. They're going to be trying it in a California court. If you don't know what Youngboy is charged with, they're saying he's a felon. He should not have any possession of a gun. They claim they could prove that he has possession of a gun by, well, really, he was doing a music video. They got called to the scene. They found hella guns, but there were hella people. Obviously, everybody else is saying, no, it's my gun. Nobody's going to say Youngboy had a gun. They looked through a bunch of stuff. Also, they're keeping the witnesses' statements in mind. And then they went through the SD card of the cameraman and they said, oh, Youngboy, we have you holding a gun. Possession is 9/10 of the law. They always say that. If you have a gun in your hand, that's possession. So they were trying to use that. Ultimately, Youngboy's lawyers got all SD evidence tossed out. So any pictures of him having a gun at that time got tossed out, which I'm wondering why this is even a case or a trial. Could Youngboy be the 3% of people who actually go up against the feds and, win their case? Who knows? But usually people give the feds credit like, they got a 97% conviction rate. But this case seems rather weak. I don't have nobody who could identify Youngboy specifically. Like, I believe the people who called the cops who were looking from their window, all they said was, there's a bunch of Negroes outside with guns. Please come over here. They didn't say, oh, that's NBA Youngboy. Youngboy was with like 10 to 15 people. Like, you know what I mean? Of course, his lawyer's going to be like, how you know it was Youngboy had the gun, not them, right? Keep in mind, no matter what you see on those pictures that came off the SD card, I put some on my YouTube, like, they can't be used. So they have to prove their case without those pictures. Okay? Now, I believe the feds has some type of, hard on for Youngboy. They clearly want to get him. Wait, did I put it on YouTube? I didn't put YouTube on it yet, right? All right. Hold on, my bad, people. Okay, YouTube, welcome. Yeah, but finishing what I was saying, the feds have clearly a hard on for Youngboy in the sense of they thought this was a slam dunk. When they went to go, catch up with him, and he ran from the police in California, the name of their, mission was, Operation Never Free Again. They clearly don't want, they want him locked up. They want to score a victory that way. And if he beats this case, it would be very embarrassing. They're coming up with all different type of things because now their case is weak because they can't use the SD evidence. Um, I don't think none of the guys that Youngboy is with is gonna say, "Oh yeah, we saw him with a gun." No, right? The people in the houses that call the cops, they can't identify one black man from the other, right? Like no disrespect, right? So it's like, what do they really have? Now apparently, and you're gonna see me do a video on it. Like they're trying to use a bunch of lurks and circumstantial evidence to basically say that Youngboy definitely had a gun. Okay, now him being a felon, right? I have to look this up, but we know he can't have a gun, but it doesn't say he can't be in the vicinity of a gun. Okay. Now, there usually it gets a little complicated if he's in the vicinity of other felons who are committing. It gets like tricky, but still, I'm looking at this case as pretty weak. It's probably one of the weakest cases we've seen against rappers. Kind of go forward. You know, like we all look at the Thug case and we're like, yo, he's in a lot of deep water, right? He's not winning any of the motions. They're pretty much just agreeing with the prosecutor. With this, Youngboy scored a significant victory, and if you ask me, if he just beats a Fed charge, he might just be a fucking legend. You know what I mean? Like his album that he drops afterwards, which is the last Limito, which is the last one on Atlantic, might just go crazy. You know what I mean?